You know what's scarier than airport security pulling you aside? Watching them pull your bag, open it up, and go straight for your medication. Suddenly you're standing there like, wait, what do you mean you might take that? This happens way more than people realize, and the rules in 2025 are trickier than ever. One wrong move, and your meds could get flagged, delayed, or flat out confiscated. But don't panic. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact rules you need to know, the dumb mistakes travelers keep making, and the one golden rule that will save your entire trip. Because TSA doesn't care how expensive your prescription cream is. If you screw this up, it's gone. Number 1. The golden rule. Never put meds in checked bags. Let's start with the biggest no-brainer that people somehow still get wrong. Your essential medications do not belong in your checked luggage. Ever. I know you're thinking, but it's safer in there. I won't lose it in the airport. Yeah. Until your bag decides to vacation in Miami while you're stuck in Denver. Lost luggage isn't a myth. It's a full-time sport for airlines. And here's the thing. Even if you're flying carry-on only, airlines are forcing more and more people to gate check their roller bags when flights are full. So while you thought your meds were with you, surprise! They're now in the cargo hold taking a joyride without you. So here's the golden rule. Meds live in your personal item. The bag under your seat, not the overhead bin. Heart meds, insulin, antidepressants, anything you can't live without for 24 hours stays within arm's reach. Because if TSA doesn't get you, the airline baggage handlers definitely will. Number 2. Medically necessary liquids are exempt, but only if you declare them. Here's where most travelers go into full panic mode. The second they remember the 3.4-ounce liquid rule, they start eyeing their prescription cream or cough syrup like it's contraband. Oh no, it's too big. TSA is going to confiscate it. Relax. Medications are exempt. Always have been. That inhaler solution, insulin pen, or giant jar of rash cream, totally allowed. The rule literally says, reasonable quantities of medically necessary liquids, gels, and aerosols are permitted. So what's the catch? You have to actually declare them. And here's the part people screw up. Instead of being upfront, they try to sneak it through with their shampoo and toothpaste. And then they look shocked when the scanner flags it. Newsflash. Nothing screams, look at me, like hiding your meds next to a half-used bottle of Pantene. The right move is stupidly simple. Put your meds in a separate clear bag. When you hit the checkpoint, hand it over and say, I have medically necessary liquids to declare. That's it. TSA doesn't freak out. You don't waste 20 minutes in secondary, and your expensive prescription cream lives to fight another day. Because here's the brutal truth. TSA doesn't care that your ointment cost more than your plane ticket. If they think you're hiding it, they'll happily toss it in the trash. And you'll be the one explaining to your doctor why you need a refill 2 days into your trip. Number 3. Pills and organizers versus original bottles. Let's talk about everyone's favorite travel hack, the pill organizer. You know, the rainbow-colored plastic box that screams, I'm officially over 40. Here's the deal. In the US, TSA honestly doesn't care if you use a pill organizer. Their job is to make sure you're not hiding explosives, not to play pharmacist. So if you're flying from Chicago to Vegas, you can toss your Advil, cholesterol meds, and vitamins in one of those weekly sorters, and you'll probably be fine. But here's where the fantasy dies. The second you leave the US overseas, that pill organizer full of mystery tablets looks less like responsible traveler and more like local drug mule audition. Customs agents don't see daily vitamins. They see unlabeled pills that could be literally anything. And the worst case scenario, they don't just take your pills. They decide you are the problem. That's why internationally, you need to keep your meds in the original pharmacy bottles. Label, doctor info, your name matching your passport. That's your safety net. No label, no mercy. And if you're thinking, well, I'll just risk it. Okay, but imagine standing in customs, holding your neon pill box, while some stone-faced officer asks, what are these? And your answer is, Tuesday. Yeah, that's not going to fly. Original bottles might take up more space in your bag, but they'll save you from the nightmare of explaining why your mystery pills aren't the local narcotics of choice. Number 4. The harmless OTC that gets you arrested abroad. Here's the trap that gets even the smartest travelers. Over-the-counter meds. You think, it's just Sudafed. I bought it at CVS. How dangerous could it be? Well, in Japan, pseudoephedrine, the main ingredient in Sudafed, is straight up banned. Walk through customs with that, and suddenly your little sinus medication looks a lot more like Breaking Bad's starter kit. Same with codeine. In the US, you can still get codeine cough syrup or painkillers if your doctor prescribes it. In places like Greece or the UAE, that's treated like a hard narcotic. People have been detained over it. And then there's diphenhydramine. That's Benadryl. Harmless in America, restricted in some other countries. Imagine trying to explain to a customs officer, no really, it's just allergy medicine. I swear I'm not running an underground drowsy pill cartel. The point is, just because a drug is sold over the counter in the US doesn't mean the rest of the world is cool with it. Different countries, different rules. And they do not care that it was doctor recommended back home. So before you travel internationally, check every single medication you plan to bring, even the ones you think are harmless. Because nothing ruins your trip faster than starting it with a full-blown interrogation over your cold medicine. Number 5. The 2025 new problem child. Weight loss injectables and cold storage meds. Alright, welcome to the new headache of 2025. Weight loss injectables. Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro. Call them what you want. But if you're traveling with one of these, congratulations. You've just given TSA a brand new mystery pen and ice pack combo to investigate. Now technically, these are medications. So yes, they're allowed. But here's the kicker. They usually need to be refrigerated. So travelers are showing up with thermal bags, ice packs, gel packs. Basically a DIY science experiment, and then acting surprised when security pulls them aside. But it's my prescription, I need it. Yeah. And TSA is thinking, cool story. But why does this look like a chemistry set in your carry-on? If you're flying with injectables, here's how not to get flagged. Keep everything in the original packaging with the pharmacy label, declare it at the checkpoint, and let them know what it is. That way it looks like medicine, not a suspicious mystery pen. And yes, ice packs for keeping your meds cold are allowed, but again, declare them. The mistake people make is trying to bury it in their bag like it's some secret stash. TSA doesn't play guessing games. They'll just take it out, set it aside, and you'll get the world's most awkward lecture about why you should have said something. So, here's the bottom line. If you're traveling with injectables, act like an adult. Label, packaging, declaration, because the last thing you want is your $1,000 prescription pen chilling in a TSA trash can while you explain to your doctor why you need a refill on day 2 of your trip. Number 6. Sharps, needles, and devices. Allowed, but only with proof. Okay, so here's the one that makes people sweat. Needles. Travelers hear sharp objects and assume TSA is going to tackle them the second they see a syringe. Relax. Needles and syringes are allowed, but only when they're traveling with the medication they're meant for. So, if you've got insulin and syringes together, no problem. If you've got syringes by themselves rattling around like props from a horror movie, yeah, that's a problem. And let's be real, this isn't just about syringes. It's EpiPens, inhalers, insulin pumps, glucose monitors, all the gadgets people rely on. These are allowed through, but here's the golden tip. Don't make TSA play detective. If you're wearing an insulin pump, just say, hey, I'm wearing a medical device. Don't wait for the body scanner to light up like a Christmas tree and then act shocked when they pull you aside. And for 2025, here's what's new. More airports are using those fancy CT scanners that give an ultra-detailed look at your bag. They can see everything. So if your sharps aren't in a hard case or you don't declare them, you're basically begging for a delay. Pro move. Keep needles in a travel sharps container, keep the meds labeled, and declare it before they ask. TSA even has a program called TSA Cares. You can call ahead, and they'll literally assign someone to help walk you through screening if you've got complicated medical gear. So, yeah, you can travel with sharps. Just don't throw them in your backpack loose and expect TSA to clap and say, wow, what a responsible traveler. That's not how this works. Number 7. The documentation trinity for international travel. Here's the part most travelers find out the hard way. Getting through TSA is only half the battle. Once you land in another country, you're playing by their rules. And guess what? But it was fine in America. Doesn't count as a legal defense. That's why you need what I call the documentation trinity. 3 things that can save you from a full-on customs nightmare. Number 1. Original. Labeled pharmacy containers. Yeah, they're bulky. They're annoying. And they take up more space in your bag than you want. But without that label showing your name, doctor, and prescription details, those pills just look like a colorful snack mix. Number 2. Copies of your prescriptions. Paper copies. Actual printouts. Because if a customs officer asks, what is this? And your only answer is, well, my doctor emailed it to me once. Good luck convincing them to let you through. Number 3. A signed doctor's letter. This is the ultimate weapon. On official letterhead, with your name, date of birth, the drug's brand and generic name, the condition it treats, your dosage, the amount you're carrying, and your doctor's signature. Bonus points if you get it translated into the language of the country you're visiting, because nothing kills the vibe like a customs officer pretending not to understand your English letter while holding your meds hostage. And this isn't just about being polite. Some countries require permits in advance for controlled substances. Others only allow you to carry 30 days worth. And some, looking at you, Singapore, Japan, UAE, flat out ban certain meds altogether. So yeah, it feels like overkill to carry bottles, printouts, and a letter. But picture this. Standing in line while a stone-faced customs agent digs through your bag, and the only thing standing between you and losing your meds is a crumpled Walgreens receipt. Not a good look. Do yourself a favor. Travel with the full documentation trinity. Because in international airports, paperwork isn't optional, it's survival. Number 8. Supplements, CBD, and natural remedies. Your airport red flag. Here's the one that shocks people every single time. You pack your vitamins, your herbal teas, your little CBD gummies, and you think, it's natural. What's the big deal? Big deal is this. Customs doesn't care if it's all natural. Plenty of banned substances are technically natural too. You know, like cocaine. Supplements and CBD are the biggest traps right now. In the US, you can buy CBD gummies at a gas station. In other countries, that's a one-way ticket to a back room where they politely explain the difference between wellness and illegal drug importation. And vitamins? Same problem. Your giant Ziploc bag of mystery capsules looks harmless to you, but to an officer, it looks like you're smuggling pills. If you must bring supplements, keep them sealed in the original packaging with clear labels. Because once they're loose in a pill organizer or baggie, good luck convincing anyone they're just magnesium. And let's not forget the sketchy stuff. Essential oils, herbal sleep aids, powdered protein mixes. Overseas, half of those might be restricted, mislabeled, or outright banned. So here's the rule of thumb. If you don't want to explain your entire wellness routine to a humorless customs agent, keep supplements minimal, labeled, and check the laws first. Because nothing says detain me like showing up at border control with a mystery bag of all-natural energy capsules and a sheepish grin. Number 9. Digital backups. Save your trip. Paper gets lost. Bags get lost. Sometimes your entire suitcase decides it wants to live permanently in Dallas. That's why digital backups are your new best friend. Take photos of everything. Your prescriptions, your doctor's letter, the pharmacy label on the bottle. Save them in your phone, your email, and the cloud. Because when the customs officer squints at your meds and asks for proof, whipping out your phone with a crisp photo beats shrugging and saying, well, I had paperwork, but it's probably on a plane to Miami right now. And don't just store it in one place. Phones die, Wi-Fi fails, cloud passwords get forgotten at the worst possible moment. So double it up. Photos saved directly on your phone and backed up to Google Drive or iCloud. Pro tip, keep a screenshot of your doctor's contact info too. If a border agent doesn't believe you, you can literally say, here's the number, call my doctor. That's a whole lot more convincing than nervously sweating and saying, I swear it's legal in my country, because at the end of the day, a 2-minute habit of snapping a few photos can save you from hours of humiliation in a customs office. Or worse, watching your meds get confiscated while you're stuck trying to mime I need my heart pills to someone who doesn't speak your language. Number 10. The dumbest mistake of all, trying to hide meds from TSA. And finally, the absolute dumbest mistake you can make, trying to hide your meds from TSA. People shove inhalers into shoes, wrap insulin pens in socks, or bury prescription creams in shampoo bottles. Like TSA hasn't seen that trick 1,000 times. Newsflash. If it looks sketchy on the scanner, they're going to pull your bag apart piece by piece until they find it. And here's the kicker. Once they think you're hiding something, they're way more likely to confiscate it, even if it's technically allowed. Because in their eyes, if you didn't declare it, you must have had a reason. Look, TSA doesn't care about your privacy when it comes to security. You can either hand over your meds up front and be on your way in 30 seconds, or you can roll the dice, get pulled into secondary, and spend 15 minutes watching someone in gloves squeeze your prescription cream like it's toothpaste. So, yeah, don't be that person. Minus declare your meds. Keep them visible, because if TSA even suspects you're playing hide and seek, your meds aren't making it to your gate, and neither are you.